It's like, man, just let me get this. All right, hey, shalom, shalom. All right, first and foremost, I want to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. All right, peace and much love, honors and blessings, salutations to the elect of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which hold their conduct, composure, and integrity. All right, this is Brother Yakawah coming out. Just, always like like the main message of this thing, man, is to preach the destruction of America, all right, which is known in the scriptures as Babylon, all right, because America does cause and promote confusion. All right, when you go and you look and you seek the path of what you should be doing in your life, what every man, woman, and child was created to do, even the heathen, all right, you're given instruction to abide by the image of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Now we know the heathen, these other nations outside of Israel, all right, they don't know how to do that. They weren't designed to be, the image of the Lord. It was Israel, the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, that were designed to be the image of the Lord. All right, remember going back into Genesis, okay? In fact, I'll go ahead and get it. Salakia. But in Genesis, okay, it said in Genesis chapter 1 and verse 26, it said, and the Alahayim said, because this right here, this word right here, God, is actually talking about plural, all right? It's plural, meaning more than one, all right? So right there at that time where it says the creation of man, in verse 26, and God said, which again is Alahayim right there, plural, meaning more than one. So who was it that was, who said these things? You had the Father, Yahweh, this is something for the understanding. You had Yahweh Shai, you had the angels, the elect. It said, and the Most High said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness. And Apostle Gabar went into this, man, that basically right there, that was a point where the Lord imparted understanding to the sons of power. It was mainly to the sons of power, right? It was to the sons of power, Salakia. Because when you go down and you read, it talked about a nation being called, he called their name Adam, which in fact, I'll go in and read it, man. Salakia. This is off topic, but hey, we'll let the Spirit deal. All right. Let's see. Yeah, in Genesis 5 and 1, it said, and this is the book of the generations of Adam, which the word Adam means breath, right? It says in the day, which the breath is what? The breath of life is the Lord's words, okay? So let me see. It says, this is the book of the generations of Adam, which Adam was one of the sons of God, man. Okay? And let me go in and read. It says, this is the book of the generations of Adam, in the day that the Most High created man, in the likeness of the Most High made he him. So that's still linking up with Genesis 1 and 26. Again, and the Most High said, and God said, let us make man in our image after our likeness. And so whenever the laws, the laws, which was oral back then, was given, it was given to the sons of power. All right. And it said, Genesis 5 and 1, this is the book of the generations of Adam, in the day that the Most High created man, in the likeness of the Most High made he him. It says male and female. It says male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam, in the day when they were created. So there was an actual nation of Adam, which you find out that was actually, really in all, that was the Israelites before they had a name. All right, but the Adamites, all right, which is where the sons of power came out of, all right, because the Adamites were the ones who were teaching the world, basically. All right, they were teaching the people how to keep the Lord's ways, because again, back then, the law was oral, and it was through great faith that we knew how to serve the Lord, and we knew that there was a power that existed, okay? But going back to what I was saying in the salute, or part of the introduction, these other nations, man, these heathen weren't designed to worship the Lord, man. They weren't designed to know how to follow him. All right, we were the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. Well, going back to originally the introduction, America is going to be destroyed for causing that confusion of trying to include the heathen into, our possession, our heritage, our inheritance, okay? Trying to make it seem like they're the ones who uplift the laws, and they're the ones who make the laws. All right, that's part of the confusion that America pushes. Okay, you have the scriptures in Ecclesiastes where Solomon said that he saw an heir, that he saw princes upon the ground and rich men upon princes upon the ground and servants upon horses, and that was symbolic for how you have really in this time it's Esau that's on the horses. He has the power, he has the elevated status, he's higher than us because he's the one that's ruling. All right, but again, that's backwards. That's not right understanding. And Esau, man, the so-called white man who rules this world and predominantly ruling America, he's been pushing that confusion that he's the prince of the power, that he's the ambassador for the Lord, and that's all confusion. So this place is going to get destroyed. All right, and that day that's coming, that great day that's coming to rectify everything, to put everything back in order, man, is on its way here. All right, and you 2/3 Negro, Latinos, Native American Indians, man, you're gonna get burned up with it. All right, more than half of our people are going to be destroyed in this time because they're just like the so-called white man. They condone, they partake, okay? They uplift whatever it is, they esteem it, okay? Just for a good example, well, today, later this evening is going to be the end of the Pesach. All right, but our people weren't even reverencing that day. They weren't even reverencing the whole week. All right, damn near everything in the goddamn world has yeast in it, okay? And so, but our people weren't doing that, man. I just seen a Jake yesterday cooking crawfish and what do you call it, blue crab, and he was pouring Sunny D in that bitch, man. That shit was fucking gross. He had like 3 gallons of Sunny D, poured it into this pot to cook up the crawfish and the blue crab, man. That's what our people do on these holy days, on these high holy days. That's what they uplift while the world should be in mourning, okay? So that's why the Lord is going to come back and destroy this place. Shalom, Mike. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get right into it, man, because, I had kind of a few scriptures I really wanted to get in today, all right, which I put them actually, I put them down and everything on my list. I'll just hold it like this. But put it on my tablet, man. But I really wanted to talk about Jacob's trouble again, man. All right, this day that, these guys, these other camps, these other false groups, which I was gonna say something real quick, man. There's a lot of, I've been thinking about like the old days, I guess I could say, the days when this truth was, really being pushed. I'm talking about when YouTube first came up. That's what I'm calling old days. I don't know what to call it. But you had where we were coming against the people, we were coming against the world, we were in people's shit, man. We were heavily coming against these churches, which we still do. We still do all of this, man, but we've kind of, we've kind of fallen back because now the Spirit is dealing a different way. The time of repentance, the sharp rebuke and warning to get right, man. Hey, you better repent, man. When is the last time you really heard about repenting, man? I've been thinking about this, like, we tell Jake, if Jake come along, like, hey, man, well, you need to come back to your nationality, man, because, hey, the Lord's coming to destroy. But you don't hear that message being pushed on these other camps anymore. They know what should be going on. They know what they should be doing, and they know they need to repent, but they're not. But this message, man, these scriptures that we used to read against like the churches, the pastors and all that mainly, now those scriptures are being read against our own people because these guys who know they're Israelites, all right, the ones that are starting to, show more that they've been about gimmicks and everything. Hey, man, well, you're falling in that same category that how we used to treat these churches, because you're being a wicked church, all right? But hey, man, Jacob's trouble, man, is on its way here, and it's for you, okay? It's for you wicked ass Israelites, man, that you monetize this truth. All right, the scriptures say that buy the truth, sell it not. All right, you're supposed to freely give. All right, in fact, let me get another scripture before I start. All right, which just proves that you're not doing things in a proper manner, which is why, when we do make a video about these other guys, you wonder why is GMS always just, talking shit to other guys, because you're either teaching false doctrine, or you're not, you have an improper setup. All right, you're teaching things you ought not. You have vain babblings, vain janglings. Here it is, man. There's so much news and catastrophes, disasters, and deaths going on in the world, but you managed to make a hour and a half, 2 hour video just talking shit against the camp. It makes no sense. Okay, this is about edification, man, and you're not out there edifying the people, man. You're, like the scripture say in Ezekiel, you're not preparing your people for war. You're not mentally preparing them to get ready for a passing through and ultimately a slaughter. All right. But it says Isaiah 55:1, it says, "Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that have no money," all right, and he that have no money. So why is Jake trying to sell something that Jake ain't even got, can't even afford really? See, with the Lord, man, the Lord understands the condition of our people. He knows we're broke ass people, man. And you act like in these wicked camps, you know, try to sell off things like, shit, you know, come to our page and donate. You know, as long as, you know, we look good, that's how you know we got the truth. The Lord was never about that image. The Lord never made himself a reputation. He wasn't in the upper, the upper feast rooms and chambers and, you know, godly gold garments and things like that, man. All right. He was, you know, the scriptures tell you, man, he comes to the meek and the humble, the low. All right. But these other camps like Sakari, IUIC, shit, even One Body, man. And they teaching false doctrine. We know they're teaching false doctrine. All right, but they're monetizing what they're putting out. They have that fucking banner below their videos, you know, call 1-8, you know, I'm wicked because I want the truth, you know, whatever. But it says, "Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that have no money, come ye buy and eat." It says, "Yea, come buy wine and milk without money and without price." It says, "Wherefore do you spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfieth not?" Because this is ultimately where you're going to find that rest. This is ultimately where your money is going to, your investment's going to profit. You're going to profit from it. You're going to prosper from it. It's going to increase. You know, it says, "Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness." It says, "Incline your ear and come unto me." And this is really ultimately the message that we put out on all our videos. Even despite the fact that the spirit transitions and moves in different ways, you know, if there's a sincere Jake out there, man, we do tell them, like, you know, hey, this is it. This is where you need to come to. You know, come and buy this. Put your time to this. You know, you see other guys out there looking flashy, this and that look like, there might be something off. Hey, avoid them, because they ain't teaching things that are right. But it says, "Incline your ear and come unto me. Hear, and your soul shall live, and I will make an everlasting covenant with you, even the sure mercies of David." And the sure mercies of David is something you really need in this time, because we all live in this sinful flesh. We all living in these chains of darkness, man, that have us constantly going off from the ways of the Lord. So the sure mercies of David was that he still, regardless of everything he did, he obtained mercy. All right, and that was because he was a beloved of the Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. The Lord knew David's heart, and he knew that David loved him. Same reason why we come out here and speak, man, is because we do this for the Lord. We don't do it for our own filthy lucre's sake, or like the scriptures talk about that some have swerved unto, man. Like, it's not about, our own personal gain. Are there things that we want? Yes. Is there things that we want to be able to take with us or possibly have in the kingdom? Yes. But we got to do what we need to do first, which is give our portion to the Lord first. You're supposed to, hey man, you're actually supposed to pray 3 times to the Lord on a daily basis. And really the scriptures say, I think it's like you give your 10% every day. And a brother, I think it's like 2 hours and something minutes, So, I mean, the Lord don't require much. He just requires you to worship him, to fully worship him in all sincerity. All right? So anyways, coming back to the original topic that I was going to get into, seeing that, the days are at hand, the day of the Lord, people are still thinking the day of the Lord is going to be all gravy, man. I mean, it's not. But I wanted to go back into Jacob's trouble, like I said. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. This is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 4. It says, "And these are the words that Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah," which again, the Lord's name is Yahweh. All right, and Israel and concerning Judah, Israel and Judah is the Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. But you had the southern, you had the northern, which the southern kingdom, which was identified as Judah, was Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and then you had the 10 other northern tribes down from Ephraim to Issachar. Okay, but it said concerning them. All right, for thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Why? Because like I said, everybody has that misconception. All right, regular words, man, that something good is coming to this place, despite the breaking economy that you got going on, the ridiculous inflation. All right, the shortage in the food supply. You know, you've seen how the main issue that's been going on lately is the eggs. Eggs is like $10, $12 for 12 now, man. You had Bill Gates recently just invested into like a genetically modified egg company, all right. But then you have all the biggest egg suppliers in the country being blown up, you know. But then you have a report coming out that the reason why, you know, eggs is an issue is because the yolk blocks the spike protein for the variant or some shit like that in the vodka and the stab and jab. All right. See, there's a lot of things going on that, you know, like I said, despite all this, you still think there's something good coming to this place. You know, MAGA, you think that America is going to recover. I'll just say this, man, the glory days of America, man, ended in like the 70s. That was it. All right. And the little pan out of the 70s, that was it. All right. Before, and there was only like what? It was only like 30 years worth of glory in America, man. America had only thrived for just a little bit, man. All right, but those days are over. All right, the Lord has a the scriptures say, in fact, I think I might have it. Yeah, right here, Isaiah 34. I'll start at verse 1. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, you people. Let the earth hear, and all that therein, and all that is therein. The world and all things that come forth of it," because this message is going out globally. It's to everybody. Okay, and just because and don't get simple, man. The judgment that's coming to this place is to America. Okay, but it's not gonna just be if you're only in America, you know. All right, we're safe if we go to Mexico, or if we go to West Africa, if we go to, you know, Russia. No, man. This message, the Lord is coming to find everybody. Okay, and He's coming to judge everything. That's why the scriptures say that this time is judgment. All right, it says, "And all that therein, and all that is therein." It says, "The world and all things that come forth of it." It says, "For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations." All right, the indignation being the righteous judgment. All right, when you look up the word indignation, it actually is a decision based out of proper like a proper fashion, if I'm not mistaken. But it was assessed like you literally just seen a thief, you know, stealing something, because the scriptures even talk about a thief, you know, stealing for his soul, you know, if you be hungry. But it's like a thief going out and blatantly just like taking someone's, you know, valuables right in front of their face and walking off and trying to be like, "I didn't do anything. This is mine." That's America, man, in this sense. America, because Esau, how he took the world, how he took this place, how he came over with blood and violence, that's essentially what he did, and the Lord saw it. All right, which I'm going to get that scripture in Jeremiah 50, that this is why there's an indignation on this place, okay? It says, "For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations," all right? "And his fury upon all their armies." It says, "He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter." See, this is all culminating up, you know, with, you know, you're going to have Jacob's trouble, which I'm going to get into, Lord willing. You're going to have, how did Apostle Tahar say it? Like, simultaneously, man, these certain prophecies are going to occur, you know, together. The Jacob's trouble, the martial law, the MOTB, the mark of the beast, all right? The New World Order with, you know, World War III. All these events are going to be kind of happening simultaneously when the Lord is getting ready to come back. Okay, the scriptures say that the Lord has to shorten the days for the elect's sake, man. That's why these things got to happen quick, because if they don't, man, hey, you know, the scriptures tell you that man would not be saved. All right. So it says Isaiah 34:2, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter. It says their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses. It says, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. Let me see. Let me see. Ah, man. Let me see if I get this. For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Bozrah. Yeah, that's not even the right one. Salakia. Isaiah 34:6. Yeah, it's right above. Salakia. Salakia. Oh, never mind. It's right there. it's the same chapter. My bad. So let me go ahead and get this, man. I'm going to read all the way down. Isaiah 34:3. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood, because there's going to be a lot of death when the Lord returns. All right, and all the culminating events that are going to occur up to that time. All right, the nation rising up against nation. All right. Salakia, man. Yeah. Hey, shalom, shalom. Yabash Mishah Brakatah. But all these events that are going to occur during that time, like Ezra said, man, woe is me, who shall deliver me in those days, in those great days of evil. All right, because great evils are coming to this place. And the word evil goes back to the meaning of bad times. All right, bad times are coming to this place. A lot of death, a lot of destruction. All right, you see the plagues already occurring. What happened over there in China the other day, man? Fish were raining down on the sky from the sky, man. Okay. And there's a lot more going on, man. It's just, my mind is a little, I got to get it kick-started right now. There's a lot more going on than what we know about, But it said, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, which is talking about the day of the Lord, all right? But it says, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down. That's talking about the thermonuclear missiles. I forgot about that. I forgot to mention that. Outside of World War III, you're going to have the ultimate destruction and judgment, that indignation from the Lord, which is going to be thermonuclear fire. All right, that's going to make America look to be as if it was a lake of fire. All right, pursuant to Revelation. All right, it says, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. It says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, which Idumea is the Greek word for Edom, which Edom was who? Esau. His name was changed to Edom. All right. It says, so it says, it shall come down upon my Salakia. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. All right, because again, the judgment's coming to this place. For this time is evil, and for this time is judgment. All right, the Lord has two. I know when you read in what is it? When you read in the book of Esther, I believe, it tells you that the Lord has two portions. All right. Let me go ahead and. All right, this is the editions of Esther in the book. It's in the Apocrypha, but in the editions of Esther, chapter 10, verse 10, it says, therefore hath he made two lots, one for the people of the Most High, and another for all the Gentiles. And so that's the heathen, but you can never forget Esau. All right. Because the Lord, in this time, what he's coming back to do, he's coming back for that main target, all right? The ringleader of all the wicked, which is Esau, the so-called white man, okay? It says, therefore hath he made two lots, one for the people of the Most High, and another for all the Gentiles. It says, and these two lots came at the hour and time and day of judgment before the Most High among all nations. All right, so that's why it says right here in Isaiah, all right, yeah, like this. In Isaiah 34 and 5, it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. So those two lots. It says, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For Yahweh hath a sacrifice in Bozrah, which Bozrah was the capital city of Edom. All right, but the elites and all them, which is what it's really going to, to identify, because when the Lord deals, man, he ain't just coming to no average person and judging the whole nation, man. He's coming to the ones who rule that nation. All right, and you got a number of individuals among the nation of Esau or Edom that rule and run all of this. All right, so the Lord is telling you what he's coming to. He has a sacrifice in Bozrah, which in America now today, all right, because this is where it's going to all happen. That it says that he had the great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Okay, so that was all just to prove that this is where all that judgment's going to occur, is in America. Okay, but going back to Jeremiah 30 and 5, it's 30 and 5 says, for thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. It's going to be chaotic in these streets. It says, ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. All right. Why would it say that though? Because you're going to have a lot of men yelling, screaming, crying, balling up. All right. That's why originally I made that lesson I made the other day, titled Jacob's Trouble. Everyone's a gangster until the real gangster walks in the room. Now, I mean, you could say that could be Esau, because that's who I was referencing as a gangster. All right. The real gangster is Esau, the criminal, the one who has organized crime to really keep pushing his agenda. All right. To push his oppressive laws. All right. That's Esau. Okay. But he's going to be coming into these streets soon. All right. With his forces, his military might. And basically forcing you people, man, to submit in a certain way. All right. And it's going to all be to receive the MOTB. Okay. Hey, Zephaniah 3 and 8 says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. The prey. And we're the prey though, right now. All right. I know it says it in Nahum, the 3rd chapter, for the prey departed not. Esau is getting ready to hunt us again. All right, that's what Jacob's trouble is about. Because, right now the system is hunting you. The way that he set everything up, I don't even know what to call it right now, like the principalities that he has on his, the left-hand side that he's using to uphold this place, because everything is under the power of Satan right now. But right now he has everything set up to where he ain't really got to actually come up to you to trap you up and to put you in a slammer. All right. But very soon you're going to become sport to him again. All right. Because again, Esau is a cunning hunter of the field. He loves to hunt, and he sees Jacob, his brother, as a sporting, like an animal. All right. It says that therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. It says, for my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms to power, hold on, let me get it out of my actual, sword. What is that? Zephaniah 3 and 8. Zephaniah 3 and 3 and 8 again. Oh, to pour. Yeah, Salakia, man. I'm gonna read it right here. Zephaniah 3 and 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even on my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. And so, yeah, man. So right now, like I said, we're the prey, but pursuant to this, like the scriptures talk about curses going back to the other nations, they're going to become the prey. All right, the Lord, hey man, again, this day is not what people want to think it's about. It's not about where the Lord's going to come back and shake your hand and job well done, man. You just lived your life out, you know, good job. You know, now you can have immortality. It's not going to work like that. All right. Again, there's a lot of confusion out there, man. People don't even really aspire to be immortal. They're really complacent with death, you know, but the ones that are, you know, the wicked ones, the elites and all that, yeah, they trying to obtain immortality through their ideals, you know, through their technology and this and that, man. But they're doing it while having this like real, like sharp disdain for the Lord and what he's coming to, and what he wants to do, which is to take them out of power, all right, and to set his actual rightful people back up to an establishment, you know? So yeah, let me see. Yeah, I think I read that all right. Yeah. To pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. But yeah, so like I'm saying, man, the whole day of the Lord is to do a lot of things. It's to man, you got a lot of things that are culminated in this day. You got the Lord just putting everything back in order, but he has to destroy these other nations first. All right, because you know the scriptures where it says that then shall they know that, that a prophet had been among them when these things come to pass, and that the Lord was on their side. All right, you got the Lord coming when he does return. The scriptures tell you that after he's done everything, it said that the tabernacle of the Most High shall be with men. So the Lord is going to actually be around, like it says in Revelation. We're gonna rule for a period of 1,000 years with the Lord. Basically, the Lord's going to be around consistently, letting these other nations know, like, yeah, I'm with these people and these are mine. They're ruling. Your time is up. Don't even try some slick shit because we're going to get you back. But hey, man, everything's going to get put back down the way it should have been. Israel's going to be established. All right. You know, you 2/3 are going to be killed off in this time. All right. So the Lord has to come back and do that. Like I read in Isaiah 34, that he had the curse come down. The curse of his sword is coming down upon Idumea and his people of Israel. All right. You know, the earth is fucked up. All right. The scriptures tell you in Isaiah. So the Lord has to come and, you know, refurbish the earth. Okay. Damn, I can't read it. My pages are torn. But he's got to, you know, reestablish rank. He's got to destroy everything right now in America because everything is corrupted, tainted, all right, defiled, you know, genetically modified. Okay, so hey, there's a lot that the Lord has to come back and do. All right. Hey, yeah, 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 7 says, and to you who are troubled, and that's enough. And yeah, it snowed like, we got like 8 inches last night, so there's a lot of these plows coming through, so Salaki. Anyways, but like I said, the earth is fucked up, man. All right, you got a lot of hurt that's come onto this place. Really, the only reason why the earth is even the way it is right now and still holding itself up is because the Lord's doing it, man. The Lord is keeping this place together. But if it could fall apart, you better believe it, man. The earth would give up. All right, it's exhausted. You know, Esau covers this world with these asphalt fucking roads, man. You're suffocating the earth. It can't breathe. You know, but there's a lot of things that are troubled, like I'm gonna read. Mainly, you know, the nation of Israel, all right, and the ones that are working the iniquity against them, the so-called white man. He's still out there doing his shit. All right, but there's a time coming where he's gonna really full force, you know, come after us. 2 Thessalonians 1:7, and to you who are troubled, rest with us, when the Lord Yahushua shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels. That's what you got coming to this place too, man. A host of celestial beings, celestial beings. All right, not little fucking, angels with short red curly hair and diapers and, arrows. No, man, these are godly, angelic beings coming down that are coming to help with the war that the Lord's going to pour out on this place. All right? Because, hey, you people, the world generally lives in a detestable manner. Look that word up, man. And the Lord ain't with it. But it said again, and to you who are troubled, rest with us when the Lord Yahweh shall be revealed from heaven, and with his mighty angels, and flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not the Most High, and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. How are you going to go 2,023 years, man, and still don't know a little bit about what the day of the Lord is about? People still are being told in these churches, you know, or you got, you know, a crooked ass Israelite camp, you know, trying to hide the, you know, what's really coming, that war. Hey, man, it's pretty shameful. All right. I heard something the other day, man, on TV about just like we're at the dumbest state that, man, I can't even remember it, man. Like that this man says something like, we're living in a very historical time, in one of the most historical times ever on the planet, and our people really just don't care. Not our people as in Israel, but the whole world. All right, we're living in really the most catastrophic and devastating times ever in history, and people don't take a notice to it. All right, so hey, man, there's really no, when you actually have, you know, when you've really got an understanding about this place, and the Lord is giving you, you know, the insight of why he's coming to destroy everything, well, then you understand. Ain't nothing going on here but people just getting up like robots. All right, they get up, they make food so they can do what they want to do, and then they just repeat it every single goddamn day. So there ain't nothing good to this place, man. The Lord, hey, the brothers, man, in Orlando, in GMS Orlando, man, they, you know, I entered their live yesterday, man, and they said we need salvation, man. We really do. We need to get out of here because this place is fucking wicked. It's boring. You know, it's boring. It's wicked. It's sick. All right, shit, man. Let me get this out of. Let me get this in Second Esdras. One of my favorite chapters, man, is Second Esdras chapter. No. Second Esdras chapter 4, in verse 26, it says, "That answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel, for the world hasted fast to pass away." See, even the world itself wants wants the creation of the Lord wants these things to come to pass. Something I used to love to talk about all the time, man, is how, you know, you think that this world is in league with you, or like, you know, your $250,000 houses, or even a Jake in a decent house. I'm talking about now. Again, I just generalize a lot of this stuff because everything, man, everything is affected by the word. Like one of the scriptures that talks about with the day of the Lord coming to humble the mean man. That mean, the word mean goes into average. All right, this message goes even to you average, you know, civilians. All right, but you know, you think that just because you're in a good state, a good status, you know, you have a decent job today now, like the Lord is with you, like creation itself is on your side. No, man. That's why you see the animals attacking everybody. You know, that's why you see a lot of, you know, when the Lord brings them lightning strikes, man, you know, you see a lot of death. If this was paradise, death wouldn't be a determining factor in this place. You know, you wouldn't be seeing that happen on. Hey, I heard that like there's like 150,000 people that die every day. Shit, man. So it says again that for the world hasted fast to pass away, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come. So like I said, this place is boring, man. Hey man, the righteous don't want to be here anymore. We don't want to be here. You know, we really don't. You know, when we read in the scriptures what the Lord is going to give us in the time to come in the kingdom, well then, hey, this doesn't seem so bad to lose. All right. You know, sacrifice some time, basically in this time. That's all you're commanded to do. The Lord tells you to give. He tells you to give. I can't even say it. He tells you in this time to deny your own flesh. So that requires you denying your indulgences, your personal likes and hobbies and things like that when it comes down to it. All right. He just requires you to invest some time into him, which in this time the flesh fucking hates doing that. So it seems like a drag. It seems like a heavy weight. All right. But he's just requiring you to read and learn and study. And he'll give you immortality and however much gold and wants in the kingdom. So, hey, man, it doesn't seem so bad. It seems like a pretty fair deal. But it says, again, and he cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come. It says, for this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. Like I said, this place is sick. All right, the earth mourneth and languisheth. That's pursuant to Isaiah. All right, the people do mourn, the beasts of the field languish. Everything is just dying off. It's just giving up. All right, you actually that was part of the curse. Going to the beginning, the curse that would devour the earth was that it wasn't going to give its bud anymore. It wasn't going to produce. It wasn't going to give its youth and its strength. All right, and you see that going on. I just seen yesterday, man, or last night before I went to bed. I seen on the news that it said the future of indoor hunting or something like that. No, the future of outdoor sports, something to that effect. And it showed this what do you call it, a convention center, and it had like, I don't know what you would call them, like just lines of like a setup to where you could put water in it, and it had metal fabricated cut out pieces of trees, of deer, you know, animals, and it was planted into the middle of these troughs or whatever you want to call them. Just imagine a long fucking bucket. I don't know what you call it, man. And there was just water all the way down from there, filled up to maybe about a foot. And they put fish in there. And it was a bunch of people, even old ass Edomites, and a bunch of kids. And they had these little fishing poles like 3 feet long, and they threw them in there, and there was already fish in there. And they said the future of outdoor activities or something like that. This world is about to be destroyed, man, for real. They saying that's the future because you can't go out here anymore and fish without getting a fucking fish with 4 eyes, you know, or finding a hand, you know, you know, finding, you know, like if you look behind me, man, there's this lake, but this lake comes from, I actually know it comes from a city where I live, but there's a what do you call it, a paper mill, and they draw the water from that lake into the paper mill, and they put this like toxic chemicals into it that releases this disgusting putrid fucking smell, man. And I gotta smell that shit every time I drive home, man. It smells bad. It's so bad that you actually have to turn off your air conditioning because it'll come into the car and it'll just smell like a nasty fucking pile of shit, man. Like someone took a shit right in your car. But that water that they flow into the paper mill gets pumped back out. So that whole lake and is actually to the point where people will you can't fish there because the fish are they have all that shit inside in their bodies. I don't even know if fish have bodies, but you can't eat the fish. You can't fish there. So hey, man, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Lake Mississippi or the Mississippi River. You know, back where I lived in the Butte, talking about how it's they're going to start drawing water from the Mississippi River, man, to help, you know, fill up these other reservoirs in surrounding cities. And there's a bunch of debates out there, man. So this place is definitely, you know, going down the drain. Like the apostles always said, man, America's been circling the drain. All right, everything is dying. All right, from the it's, you know, the earth has lost its youth. I think that's in Second Esdras, chapter 14, and it has to be 14. Second Esdras 14 and 10. It says, for the world have lost his youth, and the times begin to wax old. At one point in time, shit, man, I like to go back to that time when they had sent those spies into the land of Canaan, you know, and they talked about the fruit that was made there, or that was there. You know, I remember, like, I think it was a couple of Israelite men, they had to carry a bushel of grapes, but it took 2 grown-ass men to carry that bushel. You know, things used to be lavish. It used to give off its strength. You know, your body used to be able to extract the nutrients from the food you were eating, and your body would actually benefit from it. Now today, man, you got to eat 20, 25, 50 cloves of garlic just to fucking get a flu away. That's pitiful, man. So let me read that again. Second Esdras 14, and I'll start at verse 10 again. It says, for the world have lost its youth, and the times begin to wax old. It says, for the world have lost it. Oh, I just read it again. Salaka. For the world is divided into 12 parts, and the 10 parts of it are gone already, and half of a 10th part. And there remaineth that which is after the half of the 10th part. Now I know it's been a minute. I already forgot, the actual timing of this, but I do know for a fact that this earth should have already been destroyed when you actually calculate that out. All right, that 10th part, it said, and there remaineth that which is after the half of the 10th part. So that would have been 10 and a half, but then another half later would be like what, 500 years? So yeah, man. Damn, I can't remember how to do it. Salakia. But if you do the math, you'll find out that this world, the Lord actually should have already came. And that's pretty crazy, man. Even the apostles talked about it, like in the year 2000, when they believed that Yahushua was going to come back and he didn't. The Lord should have already came then too. And it's not about like the Lord should already came to destroy the place because it's wicked. No, when you time it out, he actually should have already came back at that time. But he didn't. These times are been measured out. All right. The Lord is allowing the measures to overflow. Basically, we're in a time, where the indictment process against America, Esau, you 2/3, the sentencing is going and occurring right now, letting you know, like, oh, you think you're good? You think you've been great? You've been behaving well as a good civilian and as a representative? Well, let's see. Drive-by, burglary, adultery. Okay, y'all see adultery. Right. Fornication. We're just telling you, man, right now that, we're allowing these things to rack up. So when the Lord does return, you're not going to be found guiltless. All right. See, the ones that are, which I'm going to finish this, the ones that know and understand the will of the Lord, though, all right, we're abstaining from those acts, the riotous behavior that our people partake in. All right, that keep this place in the state that it's in. All right. But the Lord is coming back to fix all of that. All right. At the end, it all said and done, the Lord is coming back to fix all of this. All right. You're never going to have, I can't stand adultery, man. Can't stand that shit. Can't stand weak ass mentalities. These people just having no faith, the world being in darkness. You can't do anything, man. You can't go out to fucking Walmart. I'm using Walmart because I don't even like Walmart. But you can't even go to a simple ass place like that without having to look behind your shoulder and possibly something could happen, man. It's just, I don't know, just a lot of stuff. Now I'm ranting, Salakia. But it says, and there remaineth that which is after the half of the 10th part. It says, now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Because corruption is the prominent vibration in America, in this world. All right, when you look at the word corruption, it goes into a willing dishonesty. You're willing to be, a nasty person. And that going to Ezekiel, the Lord is coming back to kill those types of people as well. All right. Salaki, let me find it. This is Ezekiel 11. Chapter 11, verse. I'll start at verse 20. It says that they may walk in my statutes and keep my ordinances and do them, and they shall be my people, and I will be their power. This is talking to Israel. It says, but as for them whose heart walketh after the heart of their detestable things and their abominations, when you look at the word detestable, it's basically like a total disregard and filth or empty acts. But it says their abominations, which abomination goes into, what I know it's filthy. It's just basically filthiness, but it's an act that you commit that causes hatred. So that Lord actually hates you people, you Israelites, all right, for what you're doing. All right, like I said earlier, man, you think the Lord is on your side, you think the creation is for you, that the earth is rooting for you to, to make it through everything. No, man, this earth creation itself, everything that the Lord created wants to help the Lord kill everything that offends. That's why the Lord said in Matthew that that there is a day that burneth like an oven, where basically the Lord's going to throw all that chaff into the oven. All right, it says all things that offend. And when you look at the word offend, which, I had to tell this fucking knucklehead a while back, man, because I apologized to him. I was like, well, I apologize for offending you. He's like, you didn't offend me, you pissed me off. A fucking offend means to piss off, man, to make you upset. So you're pissing off the Lord, all right, with your abominations, your filthy acts, all right, that you indulge and you partake in with this world, along with Esau, all right, because you're mingling among him. You see this cracker, living it up. So you think, oh, well, maybe if I live like him, I'll be able to do better just like him. You're like Dave Chappelle, man. He said that he goes, I respect whatever you feel like you want to be inside your head, man. But he's like, but what to extent do I got to partake in your situation, He's like, that's like me putting on what did he say? Putting on an Argyle sweater and being like, hey, I'm white, everybody, I want to get a bank loan. He's like, it's not going to work. And it doesn't work like this either, man, with the Lord. You can't pretend to be something else, man. And least of all, why would you want to pretend to be the wicked? All right? The scriptures tell you, man, his days are numbered. All right? His days are numbered, meaning he's going to be killed off for what he's doing. Because the Lord, going back originally to the whole entire lesson from when I started, the Lord has a motive, and the Lord has an agenda against Esau. It's to cut him off. It's to entirely cut him off from this place. All right? We're not going to have white men, white women in the kingdom, living with us. Okay? You're not going to have them ruling alongside with us in the kingdom. And that's that vain dream that Esau pushes. All right? That we're all going to be one, which it's not even for that reason. It's to brainwash you so he can still always have that upper hand, But you're not going to see an Edomite in the kingdom after the period of 1,000 years of their hardcore, beautiful bondage, man. Okay? But anyways, going back to Ezekiel 11:21, but as for them whose heart walketh after the heart of the detestable things and their abominations, I will recompense their way upon their own heads, saith the Lord Yahweh. All right? So, going back to 2nd Esdras 14:13, it says, now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people, which we've been doing that. But like I said earlier too, you don't see that much anymore. And I'm not saying in any way that, we don't, we exempt that or don't care about that anymore. It's just, when you see a man on the side of the street now with a recorder or a phone recording with a camera stand and a sign with a garment, you really shouldn't be in the dark anymore about what it's about. This information has been pushed enough globally throughout the internet by just driving by. It's been pushed and spoken about now for a good minute. All right, since the 70s, since the start of the 70s with Elder Abba Bivens. All right, but this has been getting talked about, man, for a long time, man. I know for personally speaking, let's see, about a year that I was into this truth. All right, when me and this other man I used to preach with started preaching, we found out that the churches were talking about us in our city. Not even a year into this truth, and we were already being spoken about. Those guys out on the corner, man, with the Bible, man. And that's all you see in the churches too, man. And we see it on the news. Hebrew Israelism, black Hebrew Israelites. What about that guy, that fucking random Edomites over, which you even look into it wasn't even him. It wasn't even him, man. It was an Edomite. I can't remember this guy's name, but they did a whole court case on him like 3-4 months ago, man. I mean, he had dreads, but he cut his hair off. But they said that he was part of, the black Hebrew Israelite extremist group. So, it says, thou therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people. Look, man, Hebrews 6, I keep going back to Hebrews 6:1, man. We shouldn't have to preach to you about repentance anymore. like I said, we don't really talk about much repentance anymore unless you have an Israelite come out sincerely, you know, if he don't come up, or if they don't come up in a rude manner, we'll tell them like, hey, yeah, you're a Hebrew Israelite. You know, if you come from one of these tribes, blah, blah, blah. Hey, well, hey, you know, the name's not God, it's not Jesus, it's Yahweh, it's Yahweh Shai. Hey, they're coming back, man, and you know they're gonna do some terrible things to the ones who aren't following them. So you need to turn back from what you're doing and get right. All right, we've done that. All right, the prophets have done their job. We've warned the world, like I said in Ezekiel, warn them from me. All right, we've warned the world, man. We've let this place know what its outcome is for not stopping the way that it conducts itself. All right, you got someone said, I can't remember what this is from, but it was on a video or something, man, I seen yesterday, where it said that there was a leaked memo or something like that the New World Order is just months away. But then you hear like how they want to do away with the digital currency, or they want to do away with the dollar by August 1st, you know? So, I mean, it gives you a sense of, it gives you an idea. How is it that one leak of information says that the New World Order is just months away, and then another leaked event says that but then another leaked event says that they're going to start using digital currency on August 1st, which is also months away, because it's what, March, April, May, June, July, August. That's 5 months away, months away. Okay? So, yeah, man. We warned this place. We let you people know, we let the world know, the heathen know that judgment is coming. All right? Now, what we're just waiting for is just the Lord to work. Like it says in Psalms. Now we're just waiting for that beautiful destruction to come to pass. All right? Hey, Salaka, man. Man, this is, man. Hey, how was I Nawa? Hey, Salaka, man. It doesn't, it's fucking phone or Satan. I'm just blaming it on Satan, man. Even posting the hella scriptures, man. Salakia. Didn't even let me know that these were up. Wow. I'm gonna read them, man. You know, Salaka for not seeing them. Cause this is, I don't know, maybe it's cause it's cold or something, man, but I can't, yeah, let me see. It won't always post them up. So I'm gonna start from what you posted, and then I'm gonna go back to second Esdras, and then I'm gonna get on the day of the Lord. Revelation 11:18, it says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, in the time of the dead that they should be in the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets. Because like, hey, that goes, you know, that links up with what I've been telling you, like what I just said. We've been the reward is going to go to the prophets, because we're doing what the Lord told us to do. We're spreading the message. We're letting the people know. We're sounding the alarm. Like I said in Joel, man, we're sounding the alarm to this place, like the Lord told us to do. The Lord is merciful, man. He's giving us a shot. He's giving us a chance. You know? And we talk about the alarm all the time, man. It used to be a thing that well, actually cities have them today. You know, them loud sirens. You know, but when you had certain alarms that were sounded in the ancient world, man, and the people knew, like, okay, one blow, you know, you blow the trumpet once, okay, you know, we got to do a worship service, you know, pray, you know, 2 or 3 blows from the trumpet, man. Oh shit, there's danger. You know, people used to actually wake up to the threat, but you don't have that going on anymore, man. People don't wake up. People don't care. Now they hear the sirens. Hey, man, once a month in the cities, they actually sound off the alarms to make sure they're working all throughout the city. And nobody cares. They're just testing them out, making sure they're good, man. You know, man, the world is comfortable. All right, hey, man, this place really is comfortable and complacent. All right, but you got the ones that have woken up to that alarm. Okay, you know, the threat, because the scriptures tell you who the real threat is, man. And we're letting you know that that threat is on its way. So the reward is to thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and should destroy them which destroy the earth. What chapter is that, man? Revelation. It's like a dry ass hands, man. No, that's not. Oh, Revelation 11 and 18, Salakia. Hey, I'm going to start at Revelation 11 and 15. It says, and the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven saying, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord. And that's, you know, basically encompassing what I was talking about earlier, how the Lord is coming back to rectify and put everything back in its proper order. See, you got another image being, you know, forcibly being worked on this place, and that's the image of the so-called white man in his likeness. That image, the beast, all right, that beast system that is prominent throughout the land, you know, that's being forced upon the people in other nations. That's the image and the likeness that's being pushed on this place, that kingdom. But the Lord has said right there that the kingdoms of this world have become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his anointed Hamashiach. You got the Lord, he's going to transition everything and push everything back to the way it used to be, the way it should be. All right, having in his order. You know, what does it say, the Lord's Prayer? Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. So it's going to be about what the Lord wants in this time. All right, after everything's being destroyed, while the Lord turns this place upside down, all right, because that's what it says in 2nd Ezra, the 4th chapter. You know, the Lord has to turn everything upside down. So the Lord is destructuralizing the whole system, the whole paradigm and fashion of America, all right, in the whole world. Okay? But it says, and he shall reign forever and ever, which is a truth, man. You know, this is going to be a perpetual thing. You know, it said in Jeremiah that America is going to, you know, Esau, and, you know, he's going to sleep the perpetual sleep. And it tells you also in Jeremiah 51, saying to Babylon that it shall not arise and shall fall. So it says, and the 24 elders which sat before the Most High in their seats fell upon their faces and worshiped the Most High, saying, we give thee thanks, O Lord Yahweh Almighty, which art and was and art to come, because thou hast taken to thee thy power and hast reigned. Yeah, at the end of the day, Esau's power, all right, it ain't going to stand against what the Lord has coming. All right, remember, going back to Wisdom of Solomon, the 6th chapter, it tells you, man, that sovereignty had been given to Esau. All right, to these other nations at one point in time. Each nation had its time to rule, but this power was given. And when you look at the word to give or given, it means a transfer to. So it was never yours from the beginning. So the one that's going to come out on the top is the one who gave you that power. All right, and you don't think he has enough for himself? You know, you think, you already know, man. Watch movies. Watch the movies, man. Like you that's why you make the movies. So you're gonna find some loophole or some way to defeat the one who made you. Yeah, man. Yeah. It said, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. Now, who's the one that's destroying the earth? All right, the so-called white man. Okay, let me see. This is Jeremiah 51 and 24. It says, and I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, saith the Lord. It says, behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord, which destroyest all the earth. And I will stretch out mine hand upon thee and roll thee down from the rocks and will make thee a burnt mountain. So he's talking to Babylon, which again is America. All right, the city of confusion. Okay. And going to what America means, being bitter. Oh, that's why it's bitter, because it's frustrating to be here. You got to work your ass off, man, to like know what you should be doing here. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. You know, we got to put our work into the Lord. I'm saying that you got all this gray and this clutter trying to hide what our real purpose is here. And that's why it's so irritating. It's so bitter being here in America. You know, we were brought here, man, and there was an agenda to keep us in the dark and destroyed mentally forever, man. And you know, even our people to this very day can't even understand that. And the ones that have totally succumbed to this way of living and how Esau set everything up and what he believes or what he makes your purpose to be, like hey man, you see where that's gotten Jacob. You see how just mentally fucked up they are. You can't even save them anymore. You can't even save Jake anymore, man. That's why the Lord identifies parts of our people as 2/3. It's impossible to make them repent, man. You got a lot of these bitches out there, man. A lot of these black women and Latino women and Indian women, you know, they really proud, man. They really love being at the status that they are. They really love having that delusional control, you know. So, hey, man, you know, they're getting part of the reward. So that's why a lot of the 2/3, man, is going to be a lot of these women in that time. All right? And you already know that the scriptures talk about it in Proverbs, that the jealousy is a rage of a man. Hey, like I said in Second Edge, you got a burning wrath of a multitude. I'm not using that to, you know what I'm saying. You got a lot of anger against women in this time. You know, just yesterday, man, there was a banner on the news talking about, you know, women having the opportunity to be the first in cinematography to be rewarded in the Oscars this year. You know, because Esau pushed that shit, that confusion again. But hey, man, just in general, man, a lot of death is going to come to a lot of women. All right, I don't mean to stray away from the topic, man, but a lot of women are going to be killed in this time. All right, it tells you that also in the book of Jeremiah. All right, just to put it out there, man, because you women ain't exempt. All right, you've been ruthless against your men. Here it is, man. Women will act accordingly at a fucking job with people they don't like. But the one that they claim they love, man, they usurp authority over. What fucking sense does that make? How does that make sense, man? You claim the man that you love, and that comes home to you, you know, and you wanna act like you got some balls over him. It makes no sense. But yet someone will do you wrong at a job and you won't say fucking shit, or you'll have a margarita with them or some shit, man. It makes no fucking sense anymore, man. So a lot of women are going to be destroyed in this time, and a lot of those 2/3 are going to be women. All right. Jeremiah 9 and verse 17, it says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider ye, and call for the mourning women, that they may come, and send for cunning women, that they may come." And hey, you sneaky ass bitches, man, all right? "And let them make haste and take up a wailing for us, that our eyes may run down with tears and our eyelids gush out with waters." Hey, a brother, man, posted a video like a couple months back. I guess something happened to a chick, man. She got, you know, taken into a car with a dude she didn't want to go with or something. And bitch was screaming her fucking head off at night. All the neighbors were outside on their block, all the neighbors. But this bitch was just screaming. And dude still drove off with the woman. You're gonna be hearing that in the cities, man. You know, and the brother, man, of the camp, you know, in the camp I'm with, you know, the brother I tells him, GMS Fruit of Knowledge by Yaf, you know, he made a good comment, man, during the Passover service, and he said, you know, during the time of Egypt, you know, once the Lord killed every firstborn of the Egyptians, he said that there was wailing in the city. You know, there was wailing in the land. And remember, Israel wasn't even dwelling amongst the Egyptians. They were dwelling outside, basically in the outside region of the land. But they could hear the wailing. They could hear the crying and the screaming, you know? So just imagine, man, you're miles away outside of a city, but you can hear all this screaming going on. That's because of the hell that's going to be coming to this place. That's going to be because a lot of women are going to be yelling too. Like I said, man, you got a lot of men that have a lot of anger towards their women for being done wrong, being thrown in jail, you know, for something wrong, you know, or just in general for the woman cheating, you know, what have you. You know, and you may possibly have men, their mentality is going to snap in those times. You know, there was a movie, I can't even remember what it was called, but I watched it, so Salaka. But you know, there was a husband who had a wife. They got trapped inside in the restroom of their house. Something happened, like a crazy ass storm happened. It turns out there was like aliens or some shit that invaded. But the husband lost it. He snapped. So he tried killing his wife. But he, you know, you want to act like your relationships are perfect and shit, man. But you had a lot of men that are gonna snap in that time too. They're gonna get tired of your bullshit, man. And we're approaching those days. All right. Again, hey, things are getting tired of holding up. All right. People are getting tired of you know, biting their tongue or what have you. What do you think the movie The Purge is about? The Purges were for. You know, you see what happened there, man. People that were living with each other all the time, but they were envious, they were jealous, or they were just simply mad, or they just simply wanted to indulge, you know, see what it was like. That's what's gonna happen in America, all right? But to you women, it says, Jeremiah 9:19, it says, for a voice of wailing is heard out of Zion. How are we spoiled? We are greatly confounded because we have forsaken the land, because our dwellings have cast us out. It says, yet hear the word of the Lord, O ye women, and let your ear receive the word of his mouth, and teach your daughters wailing, and everyone her neighbor lamentation. It's going to be a normal thing to hear in the cities of America, man, in the land of America. It's going to be a normal thing to hear a woman screaming at the top of her lungs, begging to be saved or not to be killed, or to not be eaten. You know, hey man, a lot of you bitches, man, you think you got a nice fat ass. Hey man, you got dudes, you got niggas out there, man, gonna be eating that ass, man, for food. You know, or they're gonna be using you as a sex slave, whatever, what have you, man. I don't give a shit what y'all hear, man. Like, you got to keep it. You got to honestly got to keep it raw, man, and really have these people understand, like, yo, bad times are coming. All right, the scriptures talk about you women. You're gonna get ravished. What does ravished mean? Okay, you know, you love having sex so much. Well, we'll see how much you love it when you're being taken by force. All right, when you got some ugly man that you don't have, you know, he's not my type, you know, taking advantage of you. Let's see how you react then. You know, let's see how you're gonna react when your OnlyFans pages, you know, don't work for you anymore. All right, but it says, yet hear the word of the Lord, O you women, and let your ear receive the word of his mouth, and teach your daughters wailing, and everyone her neighbor lamentation. For death is come up into our windows, and is entered into our palaces, to cut off the children from without, and the young men from the streets. It says, so hey, yeah, it says again, for death is come up into our windows, because it's going to be a normal thing to see death when, you know, up into the leading events of the day of the Lord. All right, when you see Jacob's trouble. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and get that again. It's taken me an hour and goddamn 15 minutes to just get to it again. But hey, man, when Jacob's trouble comes, man, Israel, man, you're gonna be in a wailing state. A lot of you Jakes, man, are gonna get laid out. All right, and like I said, a bunch of these hardcore beat ass niggas, thugs, and you know, the ones that, you know, Trill was a thing at one point in time. I don't know how far it extended out to Texas, but you had this saying, Trill nigga. All right, Trill meaning, you know, you were real with truth. All right, well, hey man, one deep and all that. We'll see how hardcore you are, man, when the enemy comes in like a flood, man. When Jacob's trouble is here, okay, and it's gonna happen. You got guys saying, man, it already happened in times past. That's gonna be further from the truth. You're not gonna glaze into glory and salvation just like that, man. In this time, you're gonna have to work for it. All right. Which the times that we're approaching, that we're setting the people in order for, man, that's what we're out here to do, to get you ready for what's coming, that Jacob's trouble, the times that are going to really press in your mind It's going to cause your minds to, be anxious. Okay? All right, hold on real quick. Shit, my bad. Hold on. Yeah, Salaki, man. It's starting to snow and get a lot colder all of a sudden, man. That shit starting to hurt. So let me get. Yeah, man. We're supposed. I think we got like 5 inches last night. We're supposed to get like 9 more. But I ain't been out here, man, in a minute because of the snow, man. The temperatures have been brutal. Shit. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, man, like I said, come on, man, are you serious? You know what? I couldn't even care. Satan is a hoe, for real. Whatever, man. You want to do that shit, go ahead. I had a bunch of scriptures set up that I was going to use, but whatever. I'll just keep on doing it like this. So let me get my other glove instead. Yeah, my bad, man. Shit. So let me go to Jeremiah 30. Jeremiah 30 and verse Jeremiah 30 and 5. Going back to originally when I was reading it, it says, "For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child." It says, "Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness." Because, because it's going to be very terrifying. A lot of you people, a lot of you guys, man, a lot of you men, a lot of you self-proclaimed men, all right, you're going to be fucking terrified of what's coming. All right, a lot of you jakes, you want to take pride in the fucking, the blicky that you carry around with no concealed license, and you got the little gold grill on and shit. You acting like you a hardcore thug, man, but you're gonna fold like a little bitch in that time, man. And I'm tired of seeing you fucking jakes, man, act like you think you some shit, man. It's annoying. It's annoying that you demonic ass jakes, man, you fucking 2/3, man, actually think you're real men. Look, man, a guy who owns a gun and wants to be the first to raise a gun, you're a fucking punk. All right? You're a coward. You can't fight. That's really what it is. There's a stigma behind, jakes, owning weapons, man, that they don't know how to fight. Now, that's a broad, not saying to the ones, we don't put our trust in weapons, man. All right? The Lord teaches teaches us how to war. All right, but these jakes out here, man, the reason why they own this shit, the reason why they do the nigga shit that they do is because they're cowards. All right? Why do you think they rob in the night? All right? Because they're cowards. They don't want to be seen. They're scared to get seen. They don't want to get caught. All right? But a lot of you jakes, man, in the times that we're coming into, all right, and a lot of you Israelite camps too, man, because you have that tethered thug mentality, in preaching the scriptures. I'm not going to say the truth because you're not in the truth. You're not teaching the people the right things. You're teaching them how to hold on to the world while claiming to serve the Lord. But y'all gonna fold when the time comes. All right? Time will tell what you really are. But this is that day. All right? When you're gonna have to enact what you've been learning this whole time, what you've been holding to, it's gonna be shown in Jacob's trouble. Okay? I know it says in Malachi, in fact, I'll get it. All right? It says Malachi 3 and 17. It says, and they, you know what? I'll start at verse 16. Malachi 3 and 16. Then they that feared the Lord, because like I said, time's gonna tell, man, what you were really about. Time's gonna tell why you were really doing, the work that you were putting out. And I'm saying work as far as, these other guys, man, these other camps. Yeah, they got their platforms, man. They claim they reading the scriptures, man. They claim they got the right understanding, but only time's gonna tell, man, if that work's gonna hold up. If it was really sincere, like, hey, using Eleazar. Hey, man, it's gonna be made known, because right now all we can do is, no, you're going up, hey, you're disrespectful, because you are disrespectful, man. Right now it seems like we're just talking shit, but it's gonna be shown when the Lord returns, man, if he was really with you or not for what you said. Cussing out High Priest Ariel, all right? You saying he was wicked. Hey, to these other two niggas, the stank-faced Winnie the Pooh guy, in a warm fart, you're gonna be made to know, man, about your sayings too. All right, you act like the Lord's with you, like you the new ministers, like you the ministers of a new covenant. Now the truth is being made known, and the real house of faith is being set up after all these years. Then what are we doing this for? What was the point of us coming out? But it's gonna be made known, man, who the Lord is and who he's for, or whose side he was on. It's gonna be for the prophets. So the ones that fear the Lord, again, then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another. And the Lord hearkened and heard it. And a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord and that thought upon his name. And that's all we do, man, when we come out to the highways and the hedges, when we make our lessons, we teach to know the Lord. Everything we teach is to know the Lord, to know the history behind, what he put our people through, what originally, the reason why he did it, what he expected out from it, whatever. But we make that known on a regular basis, often, like it says. Okay, we don't come out here with our own, ulterior motives, our own hidden agenda to draw in or monetize or this and that, man. We come out here to preach the word. All right? But it says, and they shall be mine, saith the Lord of hosts, in that day, when I make up my jewels, which the jewels are the elect, okay? And I will spare them, as a man spareth his own son that serveth him. It says, then shall you return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth the Most High and him that serveth him not. And we are, hey, and right now we're at the time where we're just telling you, like, hey, if you don't quit your shit, you're going to be we're going to put you out as one that we're going to put you out as one that does not serve the Lord. That's all we do when we do come against, these guys that, have a thing for Great Millstone, man, and talk shit against us and, what have you. It's because you're doing something wrong. That's all it is. We're just correcting you. Now, it may come off personal because, it may have, included a personal act that you did, but it's to correct you, man. And these guys that don't understand that, man, you really need to understand it. You need to understand that we're not attacking you personally. You got to have examples that are used against you. Damn, it's starting to snow like crazy. We got to use personal things against you at some times to rebuke you, to let you know the error of your ways. All right, we're not out here, man, look, man, we're not just here to make fucking videos to just talk about people, man. If you're teaching that hell is a place where you're going to burn forever and that you're not going to come back in the kingdom, then we got to correct that. All right? And we got to tell you that there's something obviously wrong with your mind for teaching that shit. All right? If you're teaching that, that hell's a spiritual thing now, or a spiritual, what did this dude call it? Like a spiritual hell, something like that? Then, hey, that we got to correct that. But then you want to come up and act like, we're just doing it to be assholes because, we're jealous and we're jealous that you found something we couldn't see. No, man. No. Those guys, though, are going to be the ones that are going to get caught up in this thing. All right. When hell breaks loose, all right, when war is throughout the cities, when every man starts to, basically fend for himself, all right, we'll see who's going to be protected in that time. All right. And we see who ain't. All right. But going back to Jeremiah 30, and It says 7. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is, again, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. And I like to always put this out, man, that when the Elder Kazak, the brother from Mississippi, said that Jacob's trouble is going to be basically everything's going to be worst case scenario. Everywhere you turn, man, is going to be danger. All right? You're going to have to creep. You're going to have to sneak. If you go out, man, it's going to be like Anne Frank against the Nazis, man. You're going to have to be careful. All right? The scriptures talk about a man's going to be invading another man's home. All right? It's going to be a very bad time, man, because they're going to be wanting bread. All right? They're going to be wanting food. They're going to be wanting protection. All right? You women are going to be trying to cleave to men, to real men. All right? And you're not going to find one. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Now, I read earlier in Jeremiah 9, because I didn't finish, but Jeremiah 9:22 says, speak thus saith the Lord, even the carcasses of men shall fall as dung upon the open field, because there's going to be a lot of death, like I said. In Jacob's trouble, a lot of death. All right, I keep saying a lot of death. I mean, I can't say it enough, but a lot of you men are going to fall. All right, and that first wave that comes, when Esau comes out, when an enemy comes in, you try to fight, and then things dissipate, but then the enemy comes again, you basically got a feel of what you just saw. But hey, man, Esau's going to just come with just barraging, a barrage, all right? And he's just going to constantly hammer at this place until he gets where he wants to get. I seen yesterday, all right, on the news too, that 92.1% of the American population has now at least taken one stab and jab shot, okay? So Esau has forced 92.1%. So that's, I think it was like 230 million, I think, have gotten at least one shot, one Rona shot. All right. But I know that like 80-something% are fully vaccinated. You got to be careful, man. But hey, man, the ultimate goal is for Esau to implement that MOTB. We already told you, man, that this whole thing with the Ronus was a trial run to see what would happen when this man tries to ultimately bring his real purpose, which is to make you bow down and submit fully to his agenda. All right, he thinks he can do it through AI link, through graphene and all that shit. But he's going to bring a device that's going to, be the last, this whole thing was a precursor to what's really coming, okay? And the Jacob's trouble, the hunting, the killing and all that, killing Jacob, this is all because Esau wants to control us. He wants to control Zion, all right? That's why it talks, when you read for the controversy of Zion, it's like, man, the snow just hitting my eyes, blowing a little bit. But, for the, like I said in Isaiah 34, Isaiah 14, all right, Jeremiah, the 50th chapter, for the controversy of Zion, all right, for the vengeance of the Lord's people. That's what it's all about, okay? The Lord wants to kill, he wants to, or not the Lord, Esau wants to control and kill this world, ultimately to control Israel, all right? And he don't mind taking out his own people to do it, all right? That's why you've been seeing a lot of these, some of these billionaires, and I think, man, who was it? Someone, he was like the first creator of the first variant or whatever, but he was just killed the other day, man, or like last week, so hey, man, there's a lot of reason for why Esau wants to do what he's going to do. All right, so let me get this in Isaiah. Is it Isaiah? Let me see. Oh, I'm in Jeremiah. My bad. Yeah, just bear with me. My bad. Can't even remember what book was it, man. I'm trying to look for where it said that that their bodies should be laid like dung. Oh, right here. Or Isaiah 1 and well, this is really about the Lord, but I don't know. Yeah, I can't use that. I mean, what I am trying to do though is I am trying to get into the day of the Lord, because everything, like I said, everything culminating from Jacob's trouble up is all going to be a great day. All right, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be, parties and favors and handshakes and all that, man. It's going to be dreadful. All right. In fact, you know what? I'll get that in Zephaniah, because the one I was going to read in Isaiah was about the Lord's destruction, but I'm trying to read about, like the day of the Lord itself and how Esau is going to be, all of that. So, but this is Zephaniah 1 and 14. It says that the great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasted greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord. It says that the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. It says that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wanton, or a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, and everything again culminating up to it is part of the day of the Lord. Okay, because the Lord is, it's like amping things up. All right, trying to reach up to the climax. The real climax is where the Lord is going to deal with Esau. He's going to destroy the remaining of his armies and all that. All right, but everything leading up to it, while the Lord, takes out the wicked of our people. All right, basically put a judgment onto everybody. Like it said in Amos, the 5th chapter, the 19th verse, about the day of the Lord with, with the lion, the bear, the serpent. Okay. It says that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation. Hey, this is all coming from the Lord, man. Just think about it. All right, just because it's not going to be actual, what we know as the angels coming down, all right, the chariots, in the heavens shooting down lasers on America, just because it, Jacob's trouble, you 2/3 getting fucked up, the like I said in Matthew 24, the nations against nations, all right, all these things. Just because that ain't happening doesn't mean that's not part of the day of the Lord. That's something Jake has to understand as well. All right, there's not like two totally separate events. All right, this is all coming from the Lord. In fact, there's one I like to read in Jeremiah with Esau of why this is going to happen. Jeremiah 50 and 24, it says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. It says, thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. It says, the Lord hath opened his armory. See, these are like weapons in a sense that the Lord is bringing out to use. The destruction, all right, the plagues, the pestilences, the wars against each other, the fightings, the killings, all right. These are all like the Lord's weapons and tools that he's going to use to, like, what's that goddamn word, man? Like before a fight, like John the Baptist was to Yahushua, a herald. He was, amping up the fight, man. That's what this is going to be. But that real ultimate fight, that real great day of the Lord, man, that the Lord is going to have against Esau, all right, that's going to be like the climax, the prime, I don't even know what to call it, man. I can't even think of words. But we're approaching to that time, and nothing's going to be pretty about it. Okay, it's going to be hell. Okay, so let me go back to. I'll go back to Zephaniah. And I'll probably end it off here soon because it's starting to come down a little bit, but I don't want to get caught up in this, man. Zephaniah 1 and 15. It says that that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble. It says that that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. It says, and I will bring distress upon men that they shall walk like blind men. Oh, this was the one I actually wanted. Because everything that Jake or anybody, I'm just generalizing it now, everything that everybody's been working forward to in this time, you know, it's not gonna profit you when all this hell comes down. All right, when the Lord starts really popping off the events, all right, and having these prophecies getting fulfilled and implemented, when he brings in Esau like a beast, all right, what you've been working for and storing it up for, man, ain't gonna do you a damn good. I know the scriptures, I can't remember where it says, but it says that it's gonna be like a booty to the people. You know, like you seen in that movie, what was it, Dark Knight Rises, you know, with Christian Bale, Batman. It had, you know, a little kind of reenactment of what's gonna happen in this time. Everybody was spoiling each other's goods. All right, you know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Jake's gonna be doing it. Jake's gonna be robbing people for their watches and, you know, their, you know, things that they did want in this time. But it's not gonna do them no good in this time. It's not gonna help you whenever Yahweh Shai returns. All right, you stole a bunch of Rolexes and shit, and you know, a Bugatti watch. What's that gonna do you for the Lord? You know, you know, you're gonna be like a blind man because you're gonna have no idea that something terrible was coming while everything was going on, while you were spoiling somebody's house. All right, you know, while you were, you know, ravishing someone, you know, whatever it may be, and whenever the time we're coming into, you know, there's just gonna be a total wake up call, man. Like, hey, like when the skies crack, and you're gonna look up and be like, what the fuck? I didn't know that there was an end coming to this place. You know, why are there missiles being shot into America? You busy raping a bitch, and you're gonna be looking up and then seeing a missile come down to you, man. That's what's coming. You're gonna be like a blind man, having no idea why it's even coming. All right, and the last thing you're gonna be doing is something wicked, you know. So it says, and I will bring distress upon men that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. That's thermonuclear missiles. All right. It says, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. It says, neither silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. There you go. See, that I just used, you know, the little watches and whatnot, because I be watching YouTube sometime, man. I see some badass jewelry, man, that Jake or, you know, or people be getting. Not even Jake. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna say Jake. You know, but yeah, man, none of these things are gonna get you out of the trouble that you're gonna be in when Yahweh Shai returns. Like I said earlier, man, you know, everything that you're doing now is just to rack up those charges against you, so you can have a, what is it called, like a hands down, slam dunk case against you. Hey man, you Jakes are wicked. All right, our people are not in the right mentality, and the world itself is not in the right mentality, man. Everything is backwards, everything is upside down. But the main ones that matter the most are the most bugged out, you Israelites. All right, so hey, the Lord is not going to deal with you, man. You're stubborn. You're a stubborn motherfucker, man, and that's true. Shit, dealing with just one woman, man, is a headache enough. Can you imagine having to deal with an entire nation? That's think about the Lord, what he has to deal with, you know? So there's a lot of stubborn ass shit, man. A lot of very vain talkers. All right, a lot of unruly people that need to be laid down like dung, that need to get fucking dishonorably discharged. Okay, so we're coming to those times. It says, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured. Damn, oh come on. It says, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. So, hey, man. Hey, let me get another one. Ezekiel. It's like it, man. Ezekiel 7 and 2. It says, also thou son of man, thus saith the Lord power unto the land of Israel. The end is come upon the four corners of the land. All your bullshit is coming to an end, man. Okay? All the hooliganism, all right, the shenanigans that you niggas would be doing, all right, you wicked ass Israelites that y'all be partaking in, man. All of that shit's coming to an end. Okay? This is the last captivity that our people are going to be in, and it's the last place where you're going to profane yourself. Okay? And the judgment that's coming to you is going to hurt so motherfucking bad that you will never come back, that you're going to come out of the kingdom and never go off again. You know, despite the fact that the Lord is, or regardless of the fact that the Lord is going to have the laws within you, but you're going to be so ashamed, and you're going to, and that judgment that you received, you're going to always remember that, man. It's going to hurt so bad that you're never going to go off. That's beautiful. So an end has come to you, man. An end has come to your detestable times. All right, your vain, like I said, your vain and abominable, filthy actions. All right, you know, you pork eating, you know, crawfish, you know, shit, you know, you what do they call them? Mukbangs and shit, man. Yeah, man, that's all coming to an end. It says again that an end. Yeah, my pages are getting damp as hell now, man. God damn it. It says, I gotta hold it like this, because it says, now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. And mine eye shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity. See, the Lord ain't gonna sit down and talk to you and be like, well, why did you, well, you know, hey man, again, you women, because y'all easy as hell, man. You know, well, why did you cheat on your man? Why did you do that? Why did you call the cops on this man and throw him in jail because he didn't buy your fucking child a McDonald's meal? That it wasn't his child. You know, why are you oppressing the man? Why are you, oh my God. I don't even want, you know, he ain't gonna sit down with you, man. He ain't gonna talk to you. He ain't gonna have a fucking counsel with you. Nothing. You two-third Israelites, man, are just gonna be fucking destroyed, man, in a hard way. And again, man, a lot of you women, man, you act like you think you're gonna be able to use your body for good in that time, man. You're gonna be wore the fuck out, man. All right, you're gonna get slutted out to the fucking max. All right, you remember that woman in the book of what was it, the book of Eli? You know, when she was being used to trap up men, you know, so the men that she was with that were using her, she was scared. She wasn't doing it because, you know, because she wanted to. You remember when Mila Kunis came to her to help her, that woman was trying to get her to leave. You remember? She was like, no, you know, please, I got it, go. Because she was a fucking afraid, man. You women y'all time is up. All right? Your time is up. Okay? So it says, mine eye shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity. It says, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee. And you shall know that I am the Lord, because the judgment that's going to come is going to seem just so out of this world, man. It's going to seem so ruthless, so harsh, that you're going to only think that a God is doing this. All right, you know, a lot of you people think you don't deserve bad things to come to you. You know, you don't think that you deserve a destruction, but when it does come in the most brutal and ruthless and non-merciful way, then you're going to understand, all right, that you were wicked, you were a piece of shit, all right, because at least you think you would get some type of mercy, right? But when you don't get none, that's when you're going to know. It says, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. It says, thus saith the Lord, power and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. An end is come, the end is come, it watcheth for thee. See, man, death is watching for you, man. The Lord is watching to kill you. Hey, the prophets are waiting for this place to get fucked up and destroyed and you people to be put to death. All right? Because we're tired of it, man. Like Boozy said, tired of it. I can't say it like him, man. But we're fucking tired of this place. We're tired of you people, man. All right? Tired of seeing you goddamn niggas out there with fucking shirts and fringes going to buy blunts and shit, man. Acting like you, and you get more attention for that, man, than we do out here. You know? Hey, look at this shit. It's already snowing like a motherfucker, man, but ain't nobody regarding what I'm doing. But then you see some skinny, Slim Jim looking ass nigga out there with you know, fringes on this shit, buying a blunt, and he get 3 bitches already, you know? I'm just being silly, but you get what I'm saying, you know? All right, well, since you love that attention so much, let's see how you like the attention from the Lord. All right? It's gonna keep on coming down, but it says, let's see, an end is come, it watcheth for thee, behold, it is come. It says, the morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwellest in the land. The time is come, the day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountains. It says, now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish mine anger upon it. It's crazy that the Lord has the power to destroy his own creation. He can destroy the universe if he wanted to. But yet, as weak, all right, as destructible as a human being really is, I'm talking about you can step off the curb, man, and break your ankle off of 6 inches, you know? As weak as we really are, man, but yet the Lord is gonna have so many ways of just torturing you, all right? That's crazy. That's pretty crazy. It says, but now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish mine anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense thee for all thine abominations. And mine eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense. It says, I will recompense thee according to thy ways and thine abominations that are in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord that smiteth. See? Because like I said, it's going to come to a fruition soon. Everything that's leading up to what, you know, the men of the Lord are always talking about, you know, the destruction that's coming are the bad times. All right, you know, you losing out on your house, man, you lacking the ability to survive. You know, all these times that are coming, you're going to shortly realize it. All right, that it's the God of the Israelites. Okay? Damn. Yeah, I'm at the end of this also. I can't even. It says, and you shall know that I am the Lord that smiteth. It says, behold the day, behold, it is come. It says, the morning is gone forth, the rod hath blossomed, pride hath budded. Violence is risen up into a rod of wickedness. None of them shall remain, nor of the multitude. Hey, what is that? And when the time of threshing come, get how does it go? I can't, let me get it. Let me get it real quick. When the time of threshing, let me see if I can remember. 2nd Esdras 4:30. For the grain of evil seed hath been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning, and how much ungodliness hath it brought up unto this time, and how much shall it yet bring forth until the time of threshing come? So it's another question. You know, it says, violence is risen up into a rod of wickedness. So, hey, you got all this wickedness where it needs to be. Everything is budded to where it has, you know, to the full measures of where the Lord wants it to be. But, hey, the Lord's going to cut that all off. All right? It says, violence is risen up into a rod of wickedness, and none of them shall remain, nor of their multitude, nor of any of theirs. It says, neither shall there be wailing for them. It says, the time is come, the day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn, for wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. Again, going even to the mean man. All right, it's coming even to the mean, to you average people. All right, you ain't exempt. You know, say not shall I be remembered among such an innumerable multitude. You know, who am I amongst such a great number? hey man, hey, even the ones who think that you ain't really done much in life, the Lord still got your number too. It says, for the seller should not return to that which is sold, although they were yet alive. For the vision is touching the whole multitude thereof, which shall not return, neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life. It says, they have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready, but none go into the battle. See, none of y'all take account or regard what's really happening around here. That's why you're going to get caught off guard in that time. That's why you're going to be like a blind man. All right. It says, for my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. The sword is without, and the pestilence and famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. It says, but they that escape with them shall escape, and shall be on the mountains like doves of the valleys, and all of them mourning every one for his iniquity. It says, all hands on knees shall be weak as water. They also shall gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces, and a baldness upon all their heads. So that's what you got coming to this place. All right. Death, destruction. All right. An end to all your bullshit. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and get on here. You got these plows. They want to get on here too. They've been, they're signaling they need me to move. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out. Hey man, we're gonna get some snow. Hey, pray that, it's gonna get hectic out here again. Look at all the snow already behind me. But I'm gonna go to end it, man. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Hey, want to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakodash. Hey, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. All right, peace and much love, honors and blessings to the elect of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, holding your conduct, composure, and integrity. Hey, with that, I want to say Shalom, Yahweh, Bahashim, Shai, Brakatham, Kwam, Allah, Shalom.